And apparently we went live rather quickly, and there's 15 comments. And I can roll all the way back up here to the top, and I can say, Akira Show, yes, you were first. You surely were. And if you didn't, get over to his channel and check out what he did to himself with the hedge trimmer. I hope you get repaired quickly, and I hope it heals
Uh-oh.
fast. I hope it heals fast. I thought he got bit by an FPV drone, but he explained to me what it was.
Mm. Hedge trimmers are pretty rough.
Yep, yep. And apparently he said, yep, it says right here, it says me versus a hedge trimmer, and he thinks he lost. I do
Man.
too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's a
want to fight.
no-win.
I wouldn't want to fight with myself. Brian,
No.
Waypoint, New England, glad to have you in the house. Rolling, 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 and it's just us. Cool. That was 4 minutes ago. Oh God, don't tell me it's going to do me the comments again. The comments aren't populating. Maybe nobody's speaking. Oh, nope, nobody's talking. Okay, there's Barkley. Did it come up on? Nope. Did it? Yep, there's
Yeah,
Barkley.
yeah. It's good.
It came up here. Cool. Hello, Barkley. How you doing? um, the reason I titled the show what it was tonight was I had posted a link to last week's show. And it seems everybody takes when I make a show title or I put a show together, they take it as something like way over the top serious. Like I made the cartoon picture of someone appearing before Congress, apparently saying, ban all Chinese drones. I'm not saying, I just wanted people to kind of show up and watch the show, and talk about it and stuff. I wasn't saying that it was definitely going to happen. Because, see, I got a lot of messages, and then what really got crazy was over in Old Farts with Drones, I had just posted the link to the show, right? And it was, just basically the cartoon that I had drawn and explaining that, that there was a possibility for it and da 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 da, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And it turned into this big political brawl. Like everybody, oh God, my dogs are barking. Let me close it. Hey, that's enough. I know it's pretty out there. Be quiet. It's still the sun's out here. But finally, the weather broke, so it's not so hot. But I mean, there were people like, jumping on, people from the left were raising hell, people from the right were raising hell, and all I did was want people to come watch the show. I wasn't trying to stir up big hornet's nest or anything like that. Anytime I put this stuff up, it's just to try to get people to come over here and watch the show and talk to us and hang out with us. I'm not trying to stir up some big mess in the damn drone community. It's just simply me putting on a show because I like talking about drones and stuff. So that's why tonight is just very simple. We're talking about drones and tech and other cool stuff. It might be 3D printing, it might be movies or shows, or we always talk about stuff like that. It's just it seems like everybody's taking stuff, especially with drones, way too damn serious. We're either going to keep flying them or we're not. And I'm pretty sure that all our screaming and bitching and hollering is not going to change that outcome a whole hell of a lot.
Yep.
I think if it's
Just let me know. Let me know when they're illegal.
yeah, that's pretty much it. So all I'm doing is coming up with subject matter, something for us to bullshit about, talk about, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. I'm not trying to stir anything up. I'm not trying to cause a big fight. But I ended up having to turn off commenting because there were people fighting with each other in there. So I was like, wow. All I did was want people to show up and talk about the show. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ron fried a motor on the tank today after it's been down for three. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
how do you fry a motor?
Not just that, but he just apparently got it back up
Oh
and got to
no.
fly it for how long? And then he cooked the motor.
I've been flying for like 2 years. I've never fried a motor, ESC, nothing like that.
I don't fly FPV enough to probably get my ratios up, but I never have either. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. So we do know. I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. We started talking about the
Perfect
Osmo
way to do it.
360 the Nano, and the Mic 3. We know all have been registered with the FCC, so more than likely, because they're camera gear, they're probably going to get in. But I think they negotiated what was it, a 50% tariff now on everything across the board is what it is now, instead of what was it, 80. And so that's not really going to make a huge difference, but that's still going to raise the price on like the camera gear too, I would think. And so I'm not sure. We have to wait and see what the final part of the deal was. But apparently, according to Jasper and an article he wrote over on Drone DJ, everything is coming out next month in July. We're going to get the Osmo 360, the Osmo Nano, and the Osmo Mic 3. And the Mic 3 apparently will have all the abilities of the full size mic, but will be like the little Nano. What's the teeny mic called? Is it
Mike
Nano?
Mini.
Huh? Mini
DJI
mic.
Mike Mini.
Mic Mini. Yeah. So it's apparently a Mic Mini size, but it has all the capabilities of the full size. Shameless plug. Please send me more. I was drinking my Fiji water. I said shameless plug, so I stuck it up in the camera. Okay. This was kind of funny. I posted some stuff the other day in the group, Coast to Coast Drones, and there's one particular member that stays in there. And then out of the clear blue sky, after I posted some pictures of, some mock-ups of the Nano, I got this message, and yeah, it's funny because he still messages me from time to time and asks me about stuff. But Jasper was the one that was messaging me. Jasper Ellen's the one that puts up all the. He was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to get. Where's my? Here it is. Because yeah, where's it at? Da-da-da-da. Here we go. But yeah, and so let me see. Where's I gotta share this.
Scotty, welcome in, buddy.
Wait. Oh, Sparky's still out there bitching. Where am I going? There's what I want. Yeah. So, wait a minute, go back over here. There it is. There we go. Okay, so let me make a big screen. So, what it was I had posted. It's kind of weird because I had posted. Oh, shit, it's not here now. Why is it not here? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There we go. He asked me where. He's asking me where I got this from, this particular picture. And then I told him, and then I said, hang on. And I said, okay, extras. And I told him exactly where I got it from. And he goes, okay. He says, but it's missing the DJI logo. But then I noticed that I had found this other stuff. Let me go back over here. I got to search this. Where's it at?
And that's supposed to be the 360.
No. That's the Nano. And it looks similar to what's that thing that Insta360 has that's like that. It's very similar to that. It's that
like an Osmo Action Nano.
Maybe, but I think it's supposed to be modular like the Action 2, so it's going to be like a tiny. I don't think we've seen it yet, to be honest with you. I know it's coming out next month, but I don't think we've actually seen it. I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let me do this. Let me get that out of there. Take that out. Get this. Come on. Go away. Get rid of it. Slow it down. Okay. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to share the Twitter page. And all I did was I went to the X page and I typed in at the top, all one word, DJI Osmo 360. Okay, and these came up. He came up with these before I saw anybody come up with them. And I posted these in Coast to Coast Drones. Now, if you go look at the Drone XL website, he's posted them, but he's watermarked all these pictures. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw this guy have them up before he did. So I don't know for sure who had them first, but I just thought it was kind of strange because this guy is the same guy that had the Mavic 4 Pro and leaked it super early. So he's obviously, somebody who's getting the new product, I would assume. Yeah. So here he's already got, here's the close-up of the 360. Apparently there's something that covers the screen. This one doesn't have a screen on it. So I'm assuming this is the back of it. So when it's facing out, you see the DJI, and if you're looking at it from the back, the screen's on it, and then here's where it connects to the magnetic mount that we all have. I like that. That is there something? It looks like an Osmo. I don't know if maybe I have that or not. Wait a minute, can y'all see that? Yeah,
Yep.
just want to make sure. People are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" That's the 360. I don't know for sure about the Nano, but he's saying that yes, it's coming for sure next month. But I don't know for sure what it looks like. That mock-up I had was he was like he said that he thought it was AI, and I'm like it very well could be. But a lot of the AI that they came up with for the Osmo 360 is exactly what it looks like. We've had stuff for like 3 or 4 months on the Osmo 360, and now the 360 comes out, and it looks exactly like what the mock-ups look like in
Yeah.
AI. So AI is either getting really good at this, or they're leaking shit a lot earlier than we thought.
Or
Uh,
AI knows something we don't.
that's the whole. Well, that's why you can go to any of the things that you AI, like Google, any of those, and go into AI mode, and it'll search for all kinds of shit for
Yeah.
you.
Check this out. I printed this for the
Let me get rid of that.
RC2.
Yeah.
It's a sunshade. Pretty cool.
Oh, very nice.
And it's got, you can't really see it, but it's got the diamond texture on the DJI logo. I got all the 3D plates.
Uh huh. What
I'm
am I
testing them
doing?
out.
What? Oh, I was going to share. No, I wasn't. I'm done sharing for a little bit. What I was going to say is the good news. Oh, that looks really sharp. Yeah, that does look pretty cool. I need to actually fly more. I need to get up off of my backside and fly more. But as of yet, I'm not flying more. But my wife is healing up. I went and saw my neurologist, who you saw. I showed you the picture earlier when in our little group.
Hmm.
But she's changing jobs. But see, I was thinking, oh great, here I got to go through the thing and find a new neurologist. And she's like, no, 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 I'm going over to the other company. But it just so happens they take your insurance. I was like, cool. So all I got to do is walk across the street and say, I'm bringing my records with me. So my neurologist is just changing jobs. But the cool thing is because my insurance still covers that company, I can still go see her. Hopefully, anyway. That way I don't have to go through the bullcrap of finding a whole new one. I'll have to find a new surgeon, but right now she doesn't think I need surgery, which is cool. Not that anybody in the audience wanted to know about. What's a Jasper, Max, and Tammy Jean's dog? I don't know. Jasper. Hey! What's up, Scott? That was 6 minutes ago. I'm sorry I'm so far behind.
I welcomed him in. I said, "Hey, Scotty,
Oh,
welcome
that's
in."
what I heard you talking about. That's very cool. How about a GoFundMe? Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Would they let me fly my drone where they get the water? That would be super cool. Probably not. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm catching up. Oh, wow. 10 toes. Very cool. Hello. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Cool cat. Glad to see you as well. Glad to have you in the house. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like this. Warren's saying 10 toes. They're all still hanging. Cool. That's great. Everybody's saying howdy, howdy. Glad to have you in here. Oh yeah, there's a Coast to Coast Drones group on Facebook, and there's also a drone therapy group on Facebook. I don't. They're like way down at the bottom of all the weekly jargon, but like I said, I felt funky after I saw all those people fighting with each other over that. That all I did was put up that cartoon and say, you know, this could possibly happen. I wasn't trying to do. I mean, there's a damn good possibility that eventually they will ban them, and there's not shit we can do about it. It's just all I was doing was something for us to talk about and hang out and talk that kind of thing. Um,
Lloyd, welcome in.
hey, where's Lloyd? Where's Lloyd? Lloyd. I'm rolling down through here. Hey, Bob Casey. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Good to see you. We drone. Free the drones, I wish. I really wish that they would just let us have the Mavic 4 Pro without all the damn tariffs on it, man. I want that drone so bad it's killing me, but I'm not going to pay, an extra grand for it. I'm just not. You know, I'm not. I'll fly my Mavic 3. But I really want that drone. I do want that drone. DJI, do you hear me? I want
I
that drone.
agree. I agree. I will have it. I will have it at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll have it at some point when somebody offers it in Facebook Marketplace when the DJI Mavic 6 is coming out.
Right.
That's about when I'll probably get it.
I was thinking about around maybe early spring next year.
Really? Spring next year?
Yeah.
You mean somebody getting a refurb that's over here?
If they're available.
Well, somebody here. Okay, there's Lloyd. Hey, okay. Glad to see you, Lloyd. Glad to
I'm
have you
not. I'm
here.
not. DJI refurbs are. I mean, they're top of the line. There's no shame in getting a refurb.
I don't. It's. I just was off. You know me. I get off on a cloud sometimes, and I'm floating around, and like Sparky's right out this window barking up a storm because he's seeing the kids over in the yard next door, and he's like, they're having fun, and I can't. They know, because he's a dachshund. They bark at anything and everything. Now Bugsy, she just sits there and watches. Hello, glad to have you, FTFO Media. Hello. Good to see you as well. Philippine style. My wife would probably. She's like, Philippine people are watching your show. So that's kind of because my wife is Filipino. I'm trying to roll through here and not feel bad about. Here we go. Hey, Alan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Glad to have you in the house. Hope your health is good. See. Let's see. So the new DJI Osmo 360, the Nano, the Mic 3. We do know that they came out with that big badass drone. They also came out with a firmware update for the Mavic 4 Pro that I can't do because I don't have one. Even though I really, 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 really want one. But I'm not like I can't. I'm trying to figure out how I could make myself be like
Yeah.
Ron Brown or some of them, and because they'll always do their review videos. And me, I would much rather go out, fly it, get some pictures and some video,
Hmm.
and just say, "Well, this is what I thought," because I don't know enough about the lingo or the language to explain. Well, I turned this dial and I wiggled this button, and the picture looked good to me, so I clicked. I mean, I've tried to force myself to learn it, but I've got so much other shit crammed in there about that has to do with our business that I have to keep crammed in there because I have to keep accessing it regularly. That I just like, I kind of get about a little 15 or 20 minute into it, and then it's like, I'm not going to study that anymore. I got to keep up with this. Because I've usually always got to like update my food worker card or my CPR card or my. Do I have to do my CPR card again? No, I think I'm okay on that. But anyway, so what's all going? The Air 3S. Oh, you want one of those too?
Well, no. Bob said he wants the Air 3S because it's compatible with everything, and I said I like the Air 3S and I would like to have one, but I want a variable aperture and I want those 100 megapixel stills from the Mavic 4.
It's just, yeah, it's just. I would sell 3 of my drones to get it. I would. The 3 I don't use anymore, and one of those is my most beloved drone of all, because the Air 2S to me is still. I mean, it is. It's still a fantastic drone, and there's so many batteries out there. It's going to be like, shit. What do I want to say? It's like one of the military workhorses, something
Yeah.
that they've refitted, like the Air Force's F-15. It's like I
Yeah.
think on what G or H now. They've refitted that son of a bitch so many times.
No, it's a great drone. It's a great drone, but you can't be sentimental about it. If you want to, you know what I mean?
No, it's not. It's not that. It's just a matter of you, the market value is so ridiculously low for some of that stuff now.
Yeah, you kind of missed your window on that one.
Yeah, and it's just like the Skydio too. It's just like the only way that it's going to be worth anything is if they absolutely shut the door on DJI, including cutting them off from the FCC.
Yeah. In my opinion, I would just keep it. You know, just save a little bit more money and just keep what you got, and then save and get your Mavic 4.
Okay, I'm gonna send Ron a message. Are you done working
I made
at
a
your 107 jobs?
I made a promise to myself. I'm not selling any more drones.
Well, see, my wife got upset with me when I would sell them. You know, she goes, I hate it when you sell them because she goes, I know how attached you get to them. You
Yeah.
know, the thing about it is at first, after waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get the Skydio 2, like I was in the first 600, right? And I waited an extra three and a half months to get it. And then I finally got it, right? And it was like when I first got it, it was king shit. It was, you know, it didn't mess with this. The only thing you couldn't do was it got to dusk, you could not fly. You still can't fly. You
Right.
know, it just the low light was horrible for it. And then the little drones started coming out, and they had better cameras on them than the Skydio 2. So then you start having picture envy, or as you know, as Ron would call it, pixel peeping. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this teeny tiny little $300 drone is making better pictures than my $1,500 drone that supposedly can fly itself. You know, I should have sold it like Ron did, but now it's more of a nostalgia thing. Like I'm hoping that the batteries will stay. It's, I haven't told my wife yet, but she doesn't understand the urgency about how you store lipo batteries. Because she's like, "Why have you got these big metal boxes?" I was like, "No reason." You know, it's just why is there like 43 batteries in this one and 22 batteries in this one? No reason. Don't worry. Just pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, what are we talking about? Barkley stepped his game up, but we'll never see any of the footage. Oh wow, that was harsh, and I hate I missed that. That was a burn, and it was 4 minutes old, and it's still a burn 4 minutes later. So sorry, but that was I had to let that.
Captain
Hey
Joe.
Neil,
Captain Joe, welcome in.
good to see you, Neil. Well, Neil's here too. He was here four
Neil.
minutes ago. He might not be here anymore.
Dave AZ Drone Dude, welcome in.
Yeah, Steve Knowles. Oh, is Arthur here too? And I just missed Arthur. Art
Artie.
Code Drone. There he is, right there. Art Code Drone Solutions 3 minutes ago. Hello, sir. Hey, did you? Here's the thing. I have problems sometimes the same as you are. Like I will have numbers at the end of the show, and then it'll tell me how many I had that watched the show, and it'll tell me how many watched it through the week, and then by like since I do it on Wednesday, like Sunday usually, they just disappear, and then it'll suddenly say that only like 4 people were watching my show, even though you know I'm looking at this and this, and I'm like, well, there's more people here, you know, but it'll and then YouTube's been doing me that since January of this year. Like I'll have it, it'll say, you know, you got 150 views, 200 views, and I'll Sunday it'll come back and I'll be like 68 views. I'm like, what the fudge, man? But you know, and then I got to where I was taking screenshots, you know, and that's what I would do if I was you. And then we'll do this. We'll all bitch at YouTube one night. We'll all put up our screenshots about how they screwed us over. Because, excuse me, what makes no sense to me is now if people watch shorts multiple times, it counts as a view. But if you do a live stream and people watch it multiple times, it's only one view. Now that's kind of a ripoff. So the whole point of live streams a lot of time is to give out information. So you're going to come back to it if you misunderstood the information or you forgot tidbits of the information. So you would watch it again. So it's valuable for that point. But for some strange reason, live streams, if you watch it more than once, that's only counted as one view. And I don't know how the viewer count, the actual live viewer count, they claim it gets manipulated. But yes, Art, they've screwed me over too. Let's see, scrolling. Let's see. Yep, there's Dave, AZ Drone Dude. Yep, at least Randy's seeing all these people. Yep, there's Captain Joe. USA Drone Flyer Captain Joe America. Hey, CT Pirate, glad to see you as well. Thank you for coming in. I'm trying to get caught up here. Have Drone Will Fly, glad to see you as well. Let's see what it says. This is just the world telling me to stick with my Mini 3 Pro till number 5 comes out. Hopefully, I don't want, the thing about it is I don't want the Mini 5 Pro to cost $1,500. You know, I would rather it still be under $1,000 for the batteries and the damn. But they're saying it's going to have a 1-inch sensor on it, and that's going to be hard to. I mean, because
They're gonna have to give up something else.
Yeah,
Straight up.
yeah. But on a mini drone, a 1-inch sensor, can you imagine? Why would you need big drones then?
When? That's the only reason.
Christmas time. I'm trying to see if there's anybody new that I've missed or have jumped over and haven't called out. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Does anybody have?
CT Pirate. Who is that again?
I
forget.
Yeah, they stopped me this week too. They stopped this week. But John. It was just this week.
CT Pirate, that's who it is.
John is CT Pirate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't want to tell. I hate doing that, especially when you start calling them, and so I have to try to remember because, like Captain Ray, and they know like everybody's name. And I'm like, of course, Captain Ray, he's an ex-cop. He's got to remember names and details and stuff like that, so I can kind of get that. Because you ever notice? And the only thing is, though, don't tell Ray I said this. But y'all ever see the movie called The Departed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Captain
DiCaprio
Ray. But he kind of Ray. Now that he's retired, kind of reminds me of Jack's character. You know, I wouldn't want to mess with him on a bad day. Because Jack don't take no. I did not order the Mavic 4 Pro. As everybody has heard me cry and moan and whine.
Too much De Niro.
Yeah, there's I can't justify it.
No, and I want I'm not getting it unless I get the creator combo, and there ain't no way in hell I'm paying $5,000 for a $3,500 drone package.
Okay, what's in the creator combo?
You get the charger, the 200-watt charger.
You have somebody over your shoulder.
Hold on 1 second.
Go for it. Hi. Anyway, but yeah, I really want one. I wish DJI would send me one. Of course, I'd probably break, as Ron would say, my DNA within the first 45 minutes. I'd be like, Angel, come up here. And he's going like, no, I'm busy. I say, I got something you want to see. DJI made a mistake. He's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And then I'll look out the door. I'll literally hang up the phone. I'll walk out my front door, and he'll be sitting there going, What? Show me. Look, it's the Mavic, the Mini 5 Pro. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Thank you very much, sir. You enjoy your dinner. I got Costco chicken salad, and we had their fresh butter croissants and chicken salad for dinner. That's what we had. So like chicken salad sandwiches. Yes, there you go. Everybody here wants a Mavic 4 Pro to review for DJI because that's the only way apparently you can get one is if you're a creator. No, see, and I got to thinking about this. I got to thinking about this. Somebody like Mark Fisher, who makes his living off stuff like that, I can see him. He can make his money back for paying that much for that drone, right? But for me, considering that it's not something that I use for, it's just recreational. I don't see me wanting to pay all that kind of money for it until it comes back down in price where it's reasonable.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. 4,900, 5,000. That's insane. It's not worth more than 3,900 in my opinion.
And now here's the thing. I used to be a bad A bad DJI fanboy. And that was when I was hanging out with Billy, and Billy was on the show. But I have senses, and I seem to always find a way to do it. I rubbed him the wrong way, and he no longer talks to me. Holy shit! Hey Tony, what's up? Everyone's
But,
fine. They're good. Glad to
but
see
yeah,
you. Thanks for
I
coming
think
in.
what makes it called the creator combo is
Yeah.
the RC2 Pro.
Oh yeah.
But
But
that 200-watt charger where you can charge all batteries consecutively
oh yeah, that's sharp.
or concurrently, I think.
Oh wait a minute. There you go. Or for $5,000, you can go with the enterprise model. Did you see that thing though? It's a beast, man. I mean, it looks like it's like the Terminator. You know, it's coming to take away small children. It will fly them to another country. It's this that big and evil. Hey, what's up? Just pony up. I can't. I literally can't. I'd love to. I'd love to. I would. But straight up, my business runs on Medicaid, and we're terrified shitless right now. So I can't. I can't. No. Like I said, I'd sell two or three of my drones to get it, but I can't. There's no way I could pony up and buy it now. I can't justify it. We're watching every nickel and penny. Duh, rolling. Hey, B-Mac, what's up? What's up?
Joe,
Wait.
Joe
Here we
for
go.
real now.
I'm in that boat too. I'd have to start hooking at the 7-Eleven again if I was going to get that drone. My wife would put me out on the corner. What are you talking about? The second that drone arrives, she's like, all right, you're going to work. You're going to pay that thing off. No, hell no. You don't get a jacket. I don't care if it's raining. You ordered that drone. You got to pay it off. She would. She put me right there on the power adapter heat up big time. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that. Joe Photo Leo. Now, speaking of a man with a big drone, hello, Dale. He's got big drones. They're just down the road from me. I could drive there. I could drive there in about 3 hours and see big drones. They all went to Satsop today. The drone group I fly with went to our faux power nuclear power plants that just have towers, but they never were built to, you know, do anything with nuclear power. They went there to fly drones. But there's only the only people that, well, it depends. The only people that can fly actually above the rim are people with a 107 or under the supervision of somebody with a 107 who's able to take your drone and fly it at any moment. So unless Caleb's standing back there going, okay, one at a time, you can fly over the rim. Which is, I guess, technically you could do, but if I was him, I would charge people. I'd say $25 for each flight over the rim, because technically it's his license. He would be the pilot in command, and so technically you're flying under his 107 if you do go over that 500-foot mark, because I think they're 515 feet high, something like that. I don't know for sure. Somebody will correct me.
Well, what's that?
Do what?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. You said correct you on what?
Oh no, I was just saying about the 107 and what all you needed, and if I was saying something incorrect, that someone would correct me. While charging a what? Hey, what? 180 Celsius? Ain't that like a fire? What's the temperature for fire at Fahrenheit? Jesus, how hot is 180 degrees Celsius? Joe. Hello, Dre. I would love to be able to afford that drone. I just can't justify it until we know what's going on. Drone Bud, of mine here in Houston, brought back a Mac 4 from Europe. Oh yeah, I'd have to stand over to the side and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm be saying, "Swing, swing, swing." Every time I'd come in, it'd be like, "No, no, I have to be alone." Be like that, and my wife would be mad because it would be sleeping in the bed with me. Of course, I don't know. My wife would probably put it in the bed and say, "You sleep with that damn thing now." I'm sleeping in the living room. Go away. Uh, watch out for the Karens, those Karens downtown. Johnny D, what's up, Johnny Drumflyer?
Joe, did you see Joe's video that he's referring to?
What now? Say it again.
Joe Fodolio, you haven't seen his video where he got one of his buddies lost his drone and some Karen took it and tried to keep it. They had to call the police to get it back. You get a chance to go
Oh,
watch it. It's pretty good.
oh, so he had to send it back. That's brutal. So there's a flaw in that new charger.
Oh wow.
That's what he was talking about. Because so it literally was getting it hot. It was enough to like light shit on fire.
That's a lot of juice. You know, those
Charging, look at
batteries.
that. See, normal charging, all three burning. Oh wow. So yeah, you can't leave it alone.
So did it burn his batteries up or just the charger?
I don't know, but that doesn't sound. It sounds like it's the charger.
That's not normal. There's no way. There's no way that's normal for it to get that hot.
Yeah. See, that's what. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
If it's
180 is
enough
nearly
to
twice.
injure you, there's no way that they can justify selling something like that.
That's ridiculous. So if you literally put all three batteries on there, like I would probably do like I did before, where I got the charger separately. I got the drone and one battery and the Bobo controller, and then I bought the the, the new RC. So
I'd put a
that's what I
fan,
was.
put a fan on them or something.
Well, the thing I'm thinking is if it if it I'm only going to be getting one battery because, like I said, I have my Mavic Pro and or not my Mavic. I have a Mavic 3, just Mavic 3, the OG, and I just bought the two batteries, the charger, and then the new controller, the Neo. Wait a minute, I've missed a bunch of stuff. Bob was messing with me and I messed it somewhere. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm slow today. I got other shit on my mind. Worried
I got that.
about.
I got that smooth PEI plate and
Oh yeah, I
stuff.
saw with the diamond cut. Yeah,
Well, no, I got the just the regular smooth one.
I didn't know they actually put a diamond cut on the model though.
No, it's not a diamond cut on the model. It's actually a sheet that glues to the plate,
Oh,
and
okay.
they send some extras with it. But the carbon fiber one doesn't have extras, so I'm thinking that one is like more durable.
I needed one with nearly an hour flight time.
But I got
Oh
all
no,
four.
no, okay, no, no, no. That's all good. That's all good. Still, like you said, it's ridiculous hot. You send it back in, and if it like when that's what happened when I had the Air 2S. And I still have the battery because I didn't destroy it like they told me to. But I had two batteries that kind of overheated in the charger, and then basically all DJI did was send me a replacement batteries, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm just cleaning my glasses. Ron never did respond to me, so I guess he's stuck in traffic somewhere or something. And Angel is just he's been flying a lot at night, so or evening times, or getting up really, really early and going and flying. So if y'all have a chance to check out Angel's channel, yes, yes, Tony, I will. I will say hi to everyone when I get done because Joe's still recovering from her knee surgery. So let's see, one at a time. Oh yeah, let's see. Fire. Okay, but he okay. There we go. That sounds a lot better. I just was curious what it was. But to me, 180 Celsius sounded pretty damn hot. So, even at 178 degrees Fahrenheit, that's pretty damn hot. Because what's the boiling point? Like, I don't know for sure. What do you say? So we're talking about fire. I don't know what boiling point is in Fahrenheit.
Johnny, welcome in. He said he's driving, listening.
Yeah, he's driving and listening. Yep. Uh, the Kelvin is the guy that screwed. No shit, man. Although I have to admit, man, that dreadnought they had in the Kelvin timeline is a badass ship. They just had the wrong commander. And you have to be a real Trekkie to understand what I was talking about just now. Let's see. 212 degrees. So, yeah, 178 degrees is only 30 degrees shy of boiling. So, yes, it would very easily burn fingers. House is on the market moving to Tennessee. Tennessee. So that means you're going to be a Titan fan now?
Well, he's in Texas and he's not a Dallas fan.
I know. I was just saying. Maybe he would convert.
Tennessee is a great state to move to.
I went to school in Tennessee. I went to East Tennessee State.
Hey, check this out, Bill.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is I can't make myself actually switch colors and all that kind of stuff because I've only got the 4 colors.
Well, it's so nice having the extra AMS so you can have, what I mean, if you use a
Hey,
certain
there he
code.
is. What's up, Ron?
Hello, guys. Sorry I'm late tonight.
It's all good.
In fact, I'm still going to be working on the sideline here. I'm uploading files, but
Well, you didn't miss much. You just missed me whining and crying about how I want the Mavic 4 Pro, but I can't get it for the price tag they put on it now.
whose price tag, Bill?
The Mavic 4 Pro price tag.
But I mean, who what retailer are you looking at this price at?
Who was? I think B&H still had it on like a wait and see list.
Okay.
It was like $5,000 or something, like Randy and I were talking about a little earlier.
I mean, I know recently it's been on Amazon, but somebody's charging $5,000. But of course, they have 6 batteries with it and all this stuff you don't need, backpacks and doodads and so on. But you're one of those people. Was it Mark Fisher said one time? I don't need it, but I want it.
Well, I don't need it. I do want it, but I'm not going to pay.
Hey, that's what Mark said. I don't need it, but I want it.
But I'm not going to pay for it at
I
this
want
price.
it too, but I don't want it that bad.
Yeah, I guess
I want to pay. I want it, but I want it at the right price.
Exactly.
Yeah, under $4,000 for the best combo.
And then Dave was talking to us about the one he got with the new charger, and it was getting up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit.
The 240-watt charger?
Yeah.
He said it would burn you if you touched it.
He sent it back to DJI.
Oh, well, did that happen in your Seattle heat wave?
No. It was not us. AZ Drone Dude.
Yeah, okay.
Who got the kit?
Well,
Remember, he bought the whole kit and everything. He got the creator kit, didn't he? He spent that $5,000, didn't he? Dang,
huh?
AZ Drone Dude, yeah.
I think he got it from Camera Eyes on day 1.
Yeah, he got it right off the bat, man.
So if he's in Arizona, he certainly doesn't need anything to go up to 240 degrees. That's the temperature outside some days, right?
Yeah, really. But anyway, when you hooked all 3 batteries up, it got that hot, and the batteries would burn your fingertips to the touch.
So maybe it'd be wise to stick with a 100-watt charger.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Or put a fan on it. Maybe charge 2 at a time instead of 3.
Well, like I was telling him, I would probably do exactly like I did before. I would get the drone, a battery, and the charger, and then would buy a battery separate and the new controller separate.
Yeah, yes, but it is some built-in discount there. Like if you part it all out, it would be more expensive to buy it separate because I know I was looking initially the South Korean guys when they were
Uh-huh.
trying to sell it, they were selling the Flymore combo with the standard RC2 controller, not the Pro, and they were charging like 27 for it, and the regular kit was 22 with just to control one battery. But you were getting a pretty good value because the batteries are always $300 a piece, and that charging hub is like 150. So in other words, you were getting like $750 more of value, but only paying $500 more for it.
Right.
And
But
of
you
course,
had to worry
that
about.
controller, of course, that blows the price right out the door because that thing, I think the normal price, if it would be normally released in the U.S., I think it'd be $12.99.
Yeah. So, and that's what's killing me is without this tariff, we would probably get this drone for about what we paid for our Mavic threes.
Well, I mean, you saw the prices up in Canada. They were paying $20.49 for the base Mavic 4 kit. $2,049. So that was actually a little cheaper than the
Yeah.
Mavic 3 Pro basic kit. So yeah, I mean, the basic for the rest of the world, the Mavic 4 did not go up in price for the Mavic 3. It basically is the same price except for the US
Right. It should be about 35 to 3,800 for the creator
for that
combo.
kit.
Let's
Yeah.
just okay. Let's do that. I'm gonna do like Brian.
I'm on
What?
M400. The new Enterprise drone that came out yesterday. Of course, Dale, yesterday nobody had a price for the M400. Did we get a price today for that new Enterprise drone? Of course, DJI doesn't sell the Enterprise directly in their website, so they don't have it. You have to buy from a dealer. Well, Dale would be the
And Dale
person to
is a
buy.
dealer. So
Yeah,
Dale
Dale
would
did
right here you
the
go. Here we go. Here's your price.
Shoo.
10,450. That's probably stripped too.
Is that Dale? Is that with or without tariffs?
Ooh, good question.
I could shut my old time Mavic 3 down. He's done transfer ball. He's getting a little the fans coming on because a little warm in Jersey
That
today.
includes for 10,450 one battery and the BS 100 charging station. 6+ weeks and they will ship it.
Okay. Well, that I guess that doesn't sound bad, right?
Well, that's with tariff. Did he say is that with? No, he hasn't said one way or the other yet. With or
Okay.
without tariff. Yeah, M400 just over 10K.
For over 10K.
So it makes sense.
Now, Bill, here's the bigger question: why can you get the Matrice?
Oh God!
Oh, that's the
Wow.
battery 1720. But Bill, here's the big question: why can you get the Matrice 4 in the U.S. and not the Mavic 4? I mean, kind of from DJI.
That's a good question.
Because you think the Enterprise drone would be even more than
Yeah, that's with the tariff.
okay. You think the maybe they ate some of the tariff. You think the Enterprise drones would be even more than a hit list because some states like Florida they cannot use DJI level Enterprise drones at police station, fire companies, any government business or facility cannot use Enterprise drones. Payloads are around 10K by themselves. But I did see it can use the payloads from the older Matrice drones. That's good.
Oh,
Or
but they're
most of
still
them.
probably
I'm not going to say
expensive, aren't
all,
they?
but we had a whole list of ones from the older batteries that would work with the newer one, the payloads.
They're still probably expensive though.
Right, but of course it's all a business, right? So you know how much that drone's going to kind of make you before you make the purchase.
Yeah, 300 series payloads work.
There you go. Thank you, Dale. But Dale, is that correct? The people buying the Matrice 4, they already have calculated how much more money that drone is going to make them than the former one did. Hey, CT Pirate.
Yeah, it's been an eventful, fun evening so far.
Bill, how has the Seattle heat wave? How's that
The
going today?
heat finally broke today,
Oh
but
wow.
if what we got is any inkling of what you might get, y'all probably gonna get 90, 100 degrees because on the east side of the state they broke 100 degrees.
Wow.
It was
So you think it
103
may head
degrees.
over you think it may come to the Jersey Shore?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So,
What's up,
in
Ray?
other words, we can all go to the beach then this weekend.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be hot. Make sure you got some sunscreen.
Yeah, get our SPS 50 on.
Yeah, five
He,
five
he loves
hundred.
his 4T.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Randy, was it warm in Rising Sun today? Could you hear Randy? Can you hear me?
Yes, it was about 90 degrees today.
Told
Oh,
you.
okay. So it was even pretty warm at the shore. I saw it up in the like almost 85 on at the well, not actually on the beach, but near the beach today.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely muggy out.
So you had some jobs. You said you had some jobs
Well,
today.
I mean, I have I have one of my real estate shoes, and Bill, I hate to get one embarrassing thing here, but I shot this job about 2 weeks ago, and I shot the wrong house. Like
Oh
I
no.
had to shoot the
Oh
one beside it.
wow.
But what happened is I pulled up right to the address, and it was a for sale sign out, and his house was all fixed up, so it looked like the obvious house. Well, it was the house next door that didn't have any for sale signs or anything up or whatever.
Well,
But yeah, I
Oh.
got that off today. But here's the interesting job. So a lady from Canada, they're making a documentary about these old World War II sites, and she wanted me to film this old battery, this kind of building, the stone buildings in the sand, kind of in Cape May, right on the beach.
Okay.
And then there's
cool.
also a World War II lookout tower a couple miles from there. Wanted me to go over to Delaware and get the battery over there, but she couldn't. It wasn't in her budget because it would cost me like almost $100 round trip to get back and forth with the ferry boat to Delaware. But anyhow,
Hey,
they're making some. So she even told me settings. Like I told her I was going to use the Mavic 3. So they told me to shoot 4K, 24 frames per second. I shot D-Log, not D-Log M, the real D-Log, the one that looks no color at all.
Yeah.
Like they gave me all the settings all down the line or whatever. So I mean, it was very exacting, and they kind of gave me a script of the shots they wanted. They wanted this shot, that shot. They wanted me to go back to the lighthouse and whatever. So I mean, it was kind of a fun project. I had to find a good takeoff point because the battery is in a state park. Okay, um, but of course the airspace over it's not restricted in any way. So
Right.
I flew from outside the state park, but the thing's right to the beach. So of course over the beach and the water are not part of the state park. So I kind of just stayed over the beach and the edge of the water, so I did not really violate the park's airspace and still got all the shots I needed.
Hmm. Yeah. Very cool.
So yeah, it was fun. And the tower, and it was a place I knew well. The other one was on Sunset Beach, so and we went over and had lunch at the fish house afterwards. So it's kind of
what part of
a fun.
Delaware was the where they want you to go
Um,
to run?
and right, Lewis, Delaware, where you
Yep.
catch the area of the
Yep.
Jersey. Okay, right beside that is a park.
Okay.
I forget
Yeah.
the name of the park. It's between Lewis and Rehoboth.
That's like
And
that's probably like 2 hour drive for me.
right, right. And anyhow, they have those. They have the same type of tower there, and they have the battery. Tell me the tower had the battery there. But I looked on the map, and I don't think I could have reached the the battery from outside of the state park lines. So
Right.
I don't think it was doable that I could fly there, get the footage, and get back and still stay out of the state park's airspace.
You're not allowed to fly in a state park in Delaware, or is that a federal state park?
Well, I don't know all that. I know when in the park where the lighthouse and the battery is in New Jersey, Cape May. I think there's a no drone flying sign somewhere.
Okay. I
You get
signed up for the 26.99.
I know in Maryland you're allowed to fly in the state parks, but you must notify the ranger before you put your drone up.
right, right. That's
Okay.
good. That's
And
really
here
cool.
in Washington State, it's similar, but you have to go fill out an application. You tell them the dates you're going to be there, and then they send a ranger out with you. But if the
Oh
date that
wow.
comes up that you're supposed to fly and it's the horrible weather, too bad. You don't get
Yeah,
another
yeah,
go around.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to
Well,
reapply and everything.
Well, I tried to skirt. I don't know what the rules were, but I skirted them all just by doing what I was doing, flying on the edge of the state park, and luckily the object I wanted was right on the edge, so
Yeah.
I didn't really have to enter there. Now their airspace wasn't restricted, But
Yeah.
basically what they're saying is you can't take off from the state park ground. But I don't even want to.
Keep going. I'll be
I don't
right
even
back.
want to fly over there. Even their grounds. That if I flew over their grounds, all was at the very edge.
Right,
And
right.
this battery's on the beach, but this battery, I don't think you can't go in or anything. So it's not like it's any tourist or I mean, there's probably somebody takes a picture here, but there was nobody around the battery, so I wasn't flying over anybody. There was people on the beach, but I flew along the water until I got down the battery and then came in. It was nobody. I mean, it was a nice day, but it wasn't like it was a weekend. The beach wasn't packed, and this beach never is packed anyway. It's not actually in Cape May. It's kind of like Cape May. What do they call it? Cape May Point or whatever, which is. None of the tourists are up at Cape May Point.
It's all good.
Right,
Cape May's a beautiful spot. Sometime take that ferry over from Lewis to Cape May. You don't because you bring your car, but you don't have to bring your car because you get there. They have these trolleys that take you into the city of Cape May and show you all the. In other words, you get on 5 cents or whatever, see all the sights. I think it's like $35 to ride that ferry one direction, but I'm probably quoting the off-season price. I don't know if they jack that up in there.
Ron had
Right.
a flight today, a 107 flight, and he's just explaining to us what all he did today, and he had a good time doing it. And basically, there's no agenda to the show tonight because, like I said, if you noticed, if you noticed what the title of the show was, it was just because, and the reason that triggered that was I posted a link for last week's show, and immediately I started getting like Vic Moss was like, hopefully that's comical, and I'm like, all my shows are going to have some kind of humor base in them, but there's some serious stuff too. And I was trying to explain to him, it's like if I put up a cartoon, you know, thumbnail, then more than likely the subject matter is going to be taken in a light manner. It's going to be, just like last week, we were all praying. And thank goodness it came out. There's not one word in any of the executive orders about Chinese drones whatsoever. Thank goodness. But just like me and Randy were talking, somewhere down the road, somebody's going to get mad again. And eventually they will probably be banned and we'll just have to stop. But there's not shit that any of us can do about it. It's way above our pay grades. We can do shows about it like this and talk about it and can call up congressmen and stuff, but we really aren't going to bend them to our will.
Well, Bill, maybe one of us in the next election should run for president, and then when we're sitting at desk, if the drone bill comes across our desk, we don't sign
Did Lloyd leave already?
Oh, Lloyd's our candidate.
Did Lloyd leave already? I'll vote for
Lloyd's
Lloyd.
the one that should be running.
You can be. Wait a minute, Ron. You can be Lloyd's vice presidential running mate.
Pardon?
You're going to be Lloyd's vice presidential running mate.
Well, I think Art was going to be the vice president.
No. We're going to make Art Speaker of the House.
Okay.
Oh God! You talk about why we'll be putting a steel right in the middle of the Congress. What are y'all making? Peach moonshine. Have some.
I want to be Secretary of Defense.
Well, put it this way: if I would get vice president, the day I would be able to block the drone bill or help Lloyd block it, once that bill is blocked, the next day I resign.
You know what I'd do? I'd get that bill and I'd mash it up, smash it up, and make it into a golf ball, right? And then I'd stroke that sumbitch right off the White House lawn.
Or right off the Congresswoman Stefani's.
Yeah, no. Hopefully not. I'm just saying I would definitely get rid of the drone bill though.
Yeah, like you said, tear that thing up. Or how about get a big John shredder in the Oval Office and put that thing right in the shredder?
Exactly. Yeah. I would definitely rip that thing right in the shredder. And I would, but the thing about it was, the first thing I would do is I would have them do every security search and everything. Oh, yeah. And then if nothing comes up, I would say, hey, we were wrong. Nothing came up. The only problem is, and the thing about it is maybe if we weren't so trying to say they were spy, and we were more accepting of it, maybe they would be willing to open the damn things up a little bit more and let us know what the hell's going on. I don't know. It just seems, what is it they say? You catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah.
And it's still the same thing. It's true today. I mean, you can only feed people. Shut up! I'm not going to go there.
We've already
Anyway,
got some
you
saying.
catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Put it
We'll
that
stick
way.
with
I'm
that
gonna
one.
leave it right there.
That one.
Let's see. Fun fact. Let's see. Lloyd once. That's a good one.
Well, Abe was a tough guy to run against. Good old
Yeah,
honest
he
Abe.
was.
I'm not a 107 Ray. It was a pun about the heat.
Yeah, it was warm here.
Yeah, it got a little. I mean, you guys were probably really hot, but it was warm to the Jersey Shore. I'll put it that way.
it's
It
like
was
I said.
it was the first day I drove around and didn't see people wearing like coats and jackets.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Touche, Lon.
We,
Touche.
we
Yeah,
need the
no
rim
doubt
shot for
about it.
that one. Wait. I think I have it. Wait. Hang on.
We
I
need
know I
Art.
have it.
Art always has a rim slot shot.
Yeah, here it is. Where it is. I forgot.
I got a good one, Bill. That's a pro one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then we got. Then for. Wait a minute. This one. You hear them doing that on Phantom Flight. That's it. You always
Okay.
hear Herman doing that one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. But these are the few ones you can actually add some. I think you can do like they have background music. Like we can have commercial background music.
That's the DJ horn.
Now we're not
Oh,
gonna take it down for this, are we?
No, this is all stuff that's part of my software.
I'm just kidding.
This is actually, and then we got video game music. What did they do? They were playing music and just sitting there dancing around in the. Oh, anyway, let's see. Oh, 91 here Monday. Yeah, it was. We got up to 88 up here. So I'm 3 hours away from him. So that gives you. The whole state was pretty hot. And
Wow.
like I had heard, the over towards Wenatchee and Yakima was like 103, is what I had heard. So that's pretty warm, especially for
Wow.
this June. That just makes me wonder what the hell late July and August are going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, because the one time I rode the Oregon coast, even though it was like the beginning of July, it was hot. I mean, inland was 90, but along that coast, it barely got much above the 70s on the coast.
I got a bad joke.
Okay.
Ready? You ready?
Yes.
Well, now we know what happened to Mars. So our planet's gonna look like Mars before too long. Anyway, okay, it was a bad joke. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Let's see. So I'm still gonna go. We got like 20 more minutes, 25 more minutes, 28 more minutes. There's not really. We talked about before you got here. We talked about. I showed pictures of the DJI Osmo 360. And
Okay.
I did show how Jasper was asking me questions. He's in Coast to Coast Drones, and every now and again, when I post pictures, he'll send me messages. He'll be like, "Where'd you get this at?" The next time he asks me that, I'm gonna say, "Dude, where'd you get your leak shit from?"
Yeah, there you go. There you
Say,
go.
"Wait a minute, I want to put a watermark on it because did y'all see the Drone XL? Everybody saw the Drone XL article that he put out talking about what all was coming out, when it was coming out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
July. It's like
Yeah.
I think 360 is coming out like the 13th, and then it's like every week there's something towards the end of the week, end of the month. There's like the second week, third week, fourth week, something's coming out.
But the nano camera, the Action
And the
6,
Mic 3. So you
Mic
got
3.
360 first, the Nano, and then Mic 3. Isn't that the order? I think.
I believe. Yeah. I believe.
Yeah. Anyway, but the pictures, and I'm pretty sure the dude didn't just pull his watermark off of it. There's a Drone XL watermark on his stuff, right? Where he put it up. But the guy I got it from, remember the Maru Tandoy, who was the first guy to leak the stuff from the
Yeah.
Mavic 4 Pro?
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's on YouTube, but of course he has to have his the AI has to, the transfer his language over, but he's on YouTube.
Right, right. But he put this stuff up yesterday, showing the pictures that you see on Drone XL of the new X. See, let me go ahead and share this because that's what I posted in Coast to Coast Drones. I had found the pictures,
Bill,
and
and
then
a lot of folks are waiting on that DJI 360 because they don't know whether to upgrade from their Insta 360 X4 to the X5 or wait and see what DJI has to offer.
like see it right there, these right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
strange. Well, it's kind of more of a stubby design rather than Insta 360's kind of
Yeah, but
slender.
then you look see, and then there's the back of it or the front of it, whichever way you want to look at it. I'd say that's the front. And then you see it connected to the rod, right? And
Right.
the magnetic connector, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, and you
interested
see
about the
these,
software.
right? But all these come off of the Maru Tandoi. But then when you go over to look on Drone XL, they all have a Drone XL watermark on them. Every single one of them does. It has a Drone XL watermark on it. And I'm like,
So what came first, the chicken or the egg?
well, he was the first one that I saw it, and then I
Yeah.
posted it. And right when I posted it, I had found some stuff about the Nano, and then he wanted to know where I found that from, And then the next thing I know, the article pops up, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Strange.
what kills me is how they watermark all this stuff. I'm like, because we all go hunting for it, all of us do. Like now, one of the best places to find it's on TikTok, believe it or not.
Really?
You go in, like most of the Mavic 4 Pro stuff came up on TikTok first. And
Wow.
then it gave you kind of like breadcrumbs where to find it at elsewhere.
Yeah, like Dale said, DJI's making a vacuum. Pretty soon they're gonna have microwaves and
Yeah.
blenders and everything else.
Well, Bill, when does the vacuum cleaner come out in all this?
I don't know
The
if it's
DJI
coming here yet. We saw that, but from what I understood, it's just going to be in China.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's coming here.
Well, why would they leak? Well, I guess it was one of the leakers. So
An international leaker.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
sell it anywhere but the U.S. because of the bullshit going on right now. And then Dale says, "I don't know," because I don't think
$5,000 vacuum.
Yeah.
I don't think
More than the same price as the Mavic 4 Pro.
I know.
Right.
I bet you it's nowhere near that much. I bet you it's going to be reasonably priced. It'll be somewhere probably cheaper than what's the big one now?
The
I wanna know-
Rumba or something.
Yeah, the Rhomba.
I want to know what size cameras it got.
Yeah, and what kind of
Yeah.
GPS it's
I heard.
got
I
in.
heard one in sensor.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I told you the vac will be like $200, and
Well, we
it'll
know it's
have
going to have
LiDAR.
OA.
It will map your house,
Yeah. Well, Dale, but with the tariffs,
so
it'll
they'll
be
know
$400.
exactly what window to come through.
Well, my shark maps in my house already.
You're what, Mark?
Bill, but
I
here's the bigger.
I have
Go
the
ahead,
shark.
Randy.
I have the shark equivalent of the iRobot Roomba.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you like it?
I love it. It works better than my handheld vacuum. And I got a nice handheld vacuum, but you can tell it really digs into the carpet.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I need
haven't
one of
tried one
those. I need one of those remote control lawnmowers.
It works
too,
great.
because something tells me it will work much better than my hand push mower. Because no matter what, I'm pretty sure, like, the minute he said, yeah, I love it because it works better than my handheld vacuum cleaner. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, because it fits my hand. And I
And
don't like working it either.
It empties itself. It's got a little bin that it pulls up to and just dumps it in it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They know exactly what window to come through. So they
Yeah, yeah.
they know what window to purge
And
in.
they know who's got a dirty
Right.
house and then not to come in there.
Right.
Or no. They know which houses not to use the what is it, the smoke bomb grenades to make you run out. They'll be like, nope, there ain't nothing we got that'll even come close to that. They'll just laugh.
Yeah, they're all,
Be
yeah,
like,
they don't even notice it. Hey, Bill, back on a more serious note here about the 360 camera. Do you think DJI's 360 camera will be able to rival? You got a funny one? I mean, man, really sucks. Yeah. That's a good one, Lloyd. Use that in your campaign, your presidential campaign.
You know why
But
we
Bill,
let DJI in?
do you
Because
think
DJI
DJI will be
sucks.
able to rival Insta360 in the 360 camera game?
Yeah, I do.
You think
I think that's
so?
what
You
their
think it's
plan
worth
is.
waiting? You think it's worth waiting to see what they have in store for us,
Yep, I do.
rather
But
than
here's
make
the
the
thing.
jump
Here's the
up
thing.
to the X5
And just
now?
like they're saying, I think DJI is going to hit us with anything and everything. I think vacuums are just a start. Like you said, microwaves. We know that there's a brand new camera coming out with DJI internals. They're using that LiDAR in there in that new Hasselblad, but that new Hasselblad also costing $12,000 without a lens. Just the body is 12K. But that's not something I wish I would have. I would love to play with, but I would be too scared that I would damage it and go, I just broke $12,000.
Well, that's when you need the Care Refresh.
Yeah. I don't know if Hasselblad will have care refresh. So you thinking DJI, this is Hasselblad. We don't do that, man. You sent shit to the moon. That was eons ago. I wonder if they still have that camera. Is it in the Smithsonian?
Maybe it's a BH photo.
Yeah, maybe BH Photo owns it. Yeah,
I'm sure it's in a museum somewhere.
you would think it
So,
would be,
yeah.
especially
So,
since.
Bill, do you have any interest in a nano camera from DJI, or do you feel you need a nano camera?
No, and I don't think. What's the little camera from Insta360? Was it like the Go 2 or something?
Yeah, something like that to go something. Yeah,
I think this is going to be similar to that,
right, right.
You
but
know,
it's going to be small enough to be mounted on an FPV drone,
I've
similar
never
to
felt
what
a
I
need
said.
for these little point of view cameras, but I know some people really like them.
This, I think, this one's going to be. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be modular, similar to this, like that mock-up I showed. Because I mean, I'm sorry, people are saying, "Oh, it's just AI." I'm like, okay, but AI has been like at 98% right on everything thus far. Because we saw the mock-ups for the Osmo 360, and in the Osmo 360, we've seen actual pictures of it now. It looks just like the AI mock-up. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that they're doing a good job because they can pull from more information than we can. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'm
you know
thinking
what I
it.
think would be cool
What?
to get if DJI can make like a upgraded Pocket 3 and have like a 3 lens setup like like the Mavic 3 Pro has, and have that on a handheld gimbal.
See, now Ray knows
And
everybody, like I
still keep
told
it
you.
and still keep it pocket size, Randy.
Well, not necessarily pocket size, but keep it compact where you can have like just a little
Somebody must
case,
have told Ray
but
what
it'll
I said
shoot
earlier.
like professional grade, telephoto lens and
Right,
stuff.
so you don't have to have a little case with it or something. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I just realized
What do you think a price point on something like that would be?
Probably probably similar to like an Air 3, like 1500,
Yeah, yeah.
1200
So
or so.
it'd be more for like a, I don't know, like a prosumer. Really, it's a lot of money for
Right.
somebody just getting some shots at the park.
look at Dusty.
Right.
Yeah,
Skynet
Scott,
was good.
that's going to do AI. Maybe Skynet invented AI.
You know, I'm going to tell. That's something that I had watched. And what's the last Terminator?
What is the last
It
there? That's a good
it
question.
came out. It came out like I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, where they had what's her name back, and she was much older.
Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton was back, and she
But
was
it
much
was really good because it took you in a different direction you weren't expecting.
right.
And it was really, and I was really impressed with it because
Yeah.
what happened was, and you know, I'm going to go ahead and spoil this for you because it's a 6-year-old movie, and if you ain't watched
Yeah,
it
yeah. If you
already,
haven't seen it in six
tough
years,
shit.
that's your fault. Yeah.
Then what happens is another Terminator comes back in time, right, and kills John right in front of her because they think they're safe. They think they've ended it and everything. But what happened was it was just a different timeline. Okay, but what happened was that Terminator didn't go back. He was here and he had that battery in him, and he lived here for all those years. And he realized that what he done was wrong. because and he explained about, and he ended up having a family and shit, dude. He's like got, and then they like an adopted son, and they never sleep together, never. But it's just, they're still a couple, and he takes care of them and stuff. Anyway, he realizes that what he did was wrong, and so then he goes to help them because they're sending new Terminators back to kill this chick. And Linda Hamilton's being sarcastic the whole time. She's going, "Oh, they just want you for your womb, man. They just want you for your womb and the baby that you're going to squeeze out of it, And she's always making wisecracks all the way through it the whole time,
Yeah, she was
The
good,
number
yeah.
three, the number three that you sing on those chats means interaction on this channel. So it's kind of like a competition thing. The more you interact in the chat and interact with the live stream, the higher your numbers will go up. The more people, mention you and tag you and stuff, the more your numbers will go up. So each stream that you watch that you see those on, then YouTube is kind of testing out. It's some kind of like group involvement thing that they're working on.
I wonder if there's some prizes involved, Bill.
I don't know what they're planning to do with it. I guess it's just some kind of neat thing to,
Don't say that. People will start spamming the chat.
Oh yeah. No prizes.
No prize.
Well, no, I think there's all kinds of weird rules. So if you spam it too much, then you go down. You lose points and stuff.
They say Ray Kelly had 3 dots.
I think it's run by AI too.
Oh, AI again.
Yeah, Warren's been number 1 since the beginning of the day.
Blockers at 22.
So
That's
anyway,
pretty good.
it has to do with whatever channel you're interacting with, whether YouTube's. I think they're using it on pretty much all of them now. I think.
Oh, I'm number 2.
So anyway,
So Bill, before we get into our streaming picks, so
Yeah.
you believe the next product out from DJI will be the 360 camera,
right, and it's like he put it in the article.
and we're looking at a July timeline.
Hang on, let me get this because he put everything in there.
It was
Where did he put it? Here it is. Release dates. So we have on July 15th, we have the Osmo 360, July 15th, 2025. This is the article is written by Jasper on Drone XL. I'll throw the link in the chat real quick.
Randy, real quick. Any interest in a 360 camera from DJI?
I actually do, but they're going to have to do something with the software to make it a little more user friendly.
Yeah. That's how they can beat Insta360 if they can make it easier to reframe the video and post.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and then
That would be more important than the image quality.
I agree.
The Nano comes out July 23rd, and then finally DJI Mic 3 on July 29th. And it's like I said, it's a smaller. It's not quite mini size, but it's much smaller than it was before.
Okay, so somewhere in between the mini and the ones we have now.
Right, with all the full functionality of the full size microphone.
Would you have any interest in upgrading, getting the Mic 3?
Nope, not me.
I'm good with the Mic 2.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to upgrade anything.
We don't have much interest in Nano. Do you have an interest in the 360, Bill?
No.
Okay, so these products are. Randy, you have interest in the Nano or the Mic 3?
The Nano maybe FPV.
The new mic. Did you DJI mic?
3.
Yeah, because I still have the mic 1. I would definitely be looking to upgrade to the mic 3.
But not the Nano camera.
Not the Nano. Probably. I don't know.
We gotta see. We gotta see for sure what it is.
Video quality of it.
Yeah. Depends on how cheap it is.
Not just that, but okay. Think of it this way: what if they had managed to put a decent sized sensor in something that was maybe half the size of the original Action 2? And it was still modular like that, right? So instead of it being like this size for the top and then another one on the bottom, you would have, it would be like this, and this would be everything. The camera would be here, and then the base unit would be right down here. And it would still be modular, but it would be much smaller and be easier to mount or use on an FPV drone or on a bicycle or a helmet or a chest mount or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those things, Randy, you're in the FPV community. It's not hard to put a Action 5 Pro in a lot of these FPV cameras, right? It's not
Yeah,
that
if
Yeah,
you
big of a
make
deal,
a
right?
naked out of it.
yeah.
And they have better battery. They have longer battery, which is the little tiny cameras usually don't last as long. I mean,
Right.
who like you said, DJI could knock it out of the park. You're right, Bill. This Nano could be as full featured as today's action cameras.
Well, and because
Uh,
I don't think we've seen what it looks like really yet. That's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. We've
yeah, I
seen
mean,
what the 360 looks like. We're pretty sure we already know what the Mic 3 looks like, but we've not seen the actual
Nano.
Nano. I've seen some people trying to post stuff saying what it is, but I've not seen anything. Good night. Thank you very much, sir. 2 minutes ago. Sorry for being
Good
late.
night, Joel.
Yep. Thank you very much for coming
Or
in.
it comes early.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we know kind of. I mean, just by DJI never released the sales figures, but through the grapevine, we kind of heard that the Action 2 didn't sell as well as they hoped for, so they switched back to the standard action camera format for the Action 3 and haven't gone back since. So they're going to have to kind of maybe rethink the whole thing because the Action 2 really didn't sell like they had hoped it would.
I don't think that it sold initially the way that they thought it would. But as coveted as it is now by a platitude of different, fields, whether it be bikers, whether it be FPV people, you hear people hunting for it now.
Right.
Oh, I really like the Action 2. I really like this about
And
the Action 2.
especially since they came out with the 128 gig one.
Yeah, so I think that it has more uses to it than we realize. So I think it's more like
This
one of those, it's kind of like a movie that they release at the box office. And it does okay, but not fantastic. But then they release it in streaming, and it becomes a huge hit. And then
Yeah.
there's that apparel starts selling, and this starts selling, and that starts selling. So it's that kind of thing.
Remember the old what was the old GoPro camera back in maybe the old GoPro 4 or 5 era? They came out with a little camera and it got discontinued after
Session.
about a
Yeah,
year
the session.
session. But then people hunted for the sessions for years after it was discontinued
And then
because
they
it didn't
kept
sell
praying that
well
they would come
initially.
out with another one. That's what GoPro's in such deep shit right now. They know that was one of their most coveted cameras that people hunted
After
for.
the fact, not on launch date, after the fact.
Yeah, and so I don't understand why they don't come out with a new one. They're desperate to bring people back to their product.
Yeah.
So
Can you
why
imagine
not?
being the CEO? Can you imagine being the CEO of a company like GoPro and saying, "Well, listen, we know all these people. They write us a million emails. They want the little session back, but let's not do it. Whatever. Let's leave all that money on the table and not do it.
Yeah,
Why would somebody like that get fired? Right? I
let's try
mean,
to compete
if
with
I was on the
DJI.
board of directors, I would fire that guy.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I hear GoPro's getting ready to go out of business. The
Well,
CEO of GoPro,
they've been saying that for 5 years, Randy.
yeah, the CEO of GoPro is a billionaire's son. I'm not sure who, but from what I was told, from what I read, the only reason he started GoPro is so he could have something of his. You know what I mean?
Well,
That was his own
he was a
company.
surfer. And he wanted to get shots of
Yep.
the surfing. There was nothing when he wanted to do that. He had to make it because there was nothing.
It's
I
kind of
mean,
like Alltel in a
you can't
way,
take a DSLR camera out in the surfboard.
right,
Right.
Ron? It's kind of like
Pardon?
Alltel in a way,
Yeah,
because
and he hasn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
broke
yeah,
his
it.
yeah,
dad
yeah,
owned
yeah.
Alltel, the big automotive company, and then they needed somewhere to send Junior, so they made a drone company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but GoPro, even though we all say they're going business, at one point they were a hot stock. At one point they were the hot company, Randy.
Yeah.
But a lot of bad decisions.
Bob said, "Hit him up, Randy."
Yes,
Bob
sir.
Casey, good old Bob Casey.
Yep, yep. He's got 3 grandkids.
All right. Good night, Bob. I will be in touch, buddy.
Yep, yep.
Yep, Bob. Take care. Good seeing you in here.
And we're at that point of the night.
Bill, you got some streaming recommendations for us tonight?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go pick up my food. Oh, okay, cool. Uh, really and truthfully, I don't have
Oh,
any.
Dan.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that's come out new that we've watched. Because here lately, we haven't really watched any. I haven't finished Mobland yet. I still need to
I
finish
did.
the rest of The Bear. I think I've only got 2 episodes of it. I still need to. What else was it? Yes, get some good rest, Bob. I still need to watch Murderbot.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh,
watched
what was
that
the
yet.
ones I sent you? Some that were upcoming, Ron. Let's see. What were the ones
Yeah,
upcoming? Hang on, I got it. I'm looking.
what did we just finish recently?
Oh,
Oh,
the Apple TV Plus stick with Owen
oh
Wilson,
yeah, yeah, was
where
good, but
he's
I'm not going to watch it until it gets further along.
all
Oh,
right. See you later, Dale.
I know what I watched, Bill, but I forget the title. It's the number one. It was the number one thing on Netflix. It was about this lady that solved a detective that solved the crime at the White House. Um, the White House usher gets killed, and they bring in the kind of like an old fashioned, like almost Sherlock Holmes detective, and she kind of solves the thing. It was real popular for a while. We just
Hmm.
watched that. It wasn't great, but it was interesting.
Oh, and then we got. Let's see. We got another thing coming out that I want to see. Where is it coming out? It's called Nautilus. I don't remember
Nautilus,
which. Yeah, it's Nemo. It's about Captain
Captain
Nemo.
Nemo's boat.
Yep, but it's a series. Trying to remember what network it's coming on. It comes out June 29th. Nautilus. And then I told you the new Frankenstein that's coming to
Yeah,
Netflix looks really good.
right.
Um, the Thursday Murder Club is also
Huh.
on coming on Netflix. That looks pretty cool.
Netflix.
It's got Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren.
Oh, the
Uh,
from Mobland.
yep, and let's see, Ben. What is his name? Kingsley.
Ben Affleck.
No, Ben Kingsley, and I don't remember the other
Ben
lady.
Kingsley. Okay, yeah, he's old time.
Let's
What
see.
wasn't Ben Kingsley Gandhi back in the 80s?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
But like I said, the one with Owen Wilson is called where he's like
that looks real good.
he's kind of like a washed up golf pro,
He said he
and
used to golf pro. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and he's had some embarrassing moment on like national television or something. So he's been kicked to the curb, as it were, and then
It's sort of similar to the plot of the old Kevin Costner movie from the 80s or
tin
90s.
cup.
Yeah, Tin Cup.
But this
Sounds
one, the difference in this one is he happens to be at a practice range and he's watching this kid just start hammering balls, right? And he says, "All right," he said, "I'll bet you $20 you can't hit the 150 sign," or he said, "You can't land it," or he said, "I bet you can't go something or other." But anyway, the kid rears back, nails the 150-yard sign, right? And then
wow.
he
Wow.
says, "Oh," he says, "you gotta let me win my money back." He says, "Double or nothing." He said, "No," he says, $100. He said, "You hit the 200-yard sign." He said, "I tell you what," he said, "for $100, I'll hit the 225 yard." And he looks and he goes, "They're hitting at 225, and there happens to be like this old metal shed, like another 25 yards down from that." And he goes, "Yeah, that one." And he just rears back and goes, bam, and nails it. And then you hear this guy come screaming out of the back, and he goes, "Damn it, you're a kid, you've been here again." And he comes out screaming, "Hey, Tim, what's up, buddy?" He comes out screaming at him, and the kid grabs his shit and takes off running. And so he stops the guy. He says, "What's going on? What's going on? Why you being this way?" He said, "This kid comes in here all the time." He said, "He's put 500 dents in my building." And he goes, "Really? The kid comes here and does this every day?" And he goes, "Well, not every day, but I've got 500 holes in the side of it and everything." It's actually a series called Stick on Apple TV Plus, but it's
Oh well.
hilarious. It's so funny. But anyway, it's kind of like you said. It's kind of like Tin Cup. There's some supporting characters. One of them, he's like, and then they all pile into this um, Winnebago, and they're driving to all these golf things. Well, they bring the kid and his mom, who is this feisty Latina woman, with them, and they're all in the RV. And
I think Kevin Costner had RV too.
yeah, it's a really, but it's funny. It does look like it's kind of based on Tin Cup
Wait a
But
minute, Kev. No, he lived in an RV in
yeah,
Kentucky. He lived in an RV, and remember, Cheech Marin was his like swing coach, swing doctor in it or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It may have been Marin's best movie.
But it's
Best
really the
non-feature
shows the if you get a chance, like I said, it's over on Apple TV Plus. It's
TV,
really good a good series.
but
I've
it's
only
not all
watched.
there yet. It just started. Yeah,
Yep, I've
yeah.
watched 3 episodes of it. It's funny. It's worthwhile. Let's see. Of course, the standards that are still coming out. If you're not like Ron and you watch the weekly, then you got Poker Faces still going on.
Right.
Like I said, I know Poker Face is still going on. I don't know anything else new. Do you have anything,
I
Randy, or Ron?
I got one, Bill. It's short.
Okay.
It's only 3 episodes on Netflix. I don't know the title, but it's about the Boston Red Sox the year they won the World Series in 2004 when they came down from '03 on the Yankees to get to the World Series. That's really good. It's a documentary.
Oh, very cool.
If you're a baseball fan, it's very good.
There's one that I saw on Netflix that I don't know. I kind of want to see it, but then I don't want to see it. It's the one about the sub going down to Titanic and about the Titan. And I'm like, I do and I don't because I don't know if they've dramatized the actual inside of the sub. So that would be kind of intense.
I mean, I saw that old movie when I was a teenager, Raised the Titanic.
No, you remember the Ocean Gate sub that went down there that imploded?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, they've
yeah.
got a documentary on Netflix about it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch it or not want to watch it. Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming in.
Oh,
I
Raymond.
know I'm just kind of like, so. And
That's a series or a movie or
it's a documentary, and I'm not sure how many episodes there are
okay.
because, like I
Okay.
said, I've looked at it and I've let it run the trailer, but they start out by showing the news media with how they put the counter down in the corner of how much oxygen they could possibly have left, and then it just I thought, ooh, maybe I don't want to watch this. So
Right.
it's that's what I said. It's one of them things like I'm curious because I would like to know more about it because they built the damn thing right here. They built it in Everett where I live at.
Oh wow! Wow!
Yeah, the Ocean Gate place. It's all closed up
Wow!
now. It's all
Right!
it's all locked up and closed. And the only thing that's there now is the plaque. Was a
Right!
remembrance plaque, and that's it.
Wow!
So, but they
Um,
built it
I,
here.
I'll give you one more recommendation, Bill. I heard today. I didn't get to read the articles yet, but Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys passed away today. He was like in his 80s. But
82.
go. I'm sure you can stream it someplace. Go watch the movie Love and Mercy. It was like his kind of life story. The movie's about 20 years old. Brian Wilson, he kind of found the Beach Boys, wrote all the hit songs, but then he had this terrible. He was like a drug addict for 20 years, but he finally came back from it all. He completely got away from it, and came back and had like kind of another career after all that drug
You
use.
remember Jan and Dean, Dead Man's Curve?
He wrote that. He wrote their big hit song.
Yeah, but remember what happened to it was Jan, wasn't it? Jan had the wreck.
I forget which one died.
That
Yeah.
had no, he didn't die.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably is now, but I mean, at that point in
Yeah.
time, he remember he had that car wreck, and then he came
Yep.
back from it. Then they started touring again and stuff.
Okay.
So the movie's called Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, Brian wrote he wrote their big hits
I thought
before all
that's
the
what
act.
made me think about what you were talking about. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
we're at the
We're
witching
way
hour.
past the witching hour here.
Not we're not just a little bit here and there. Do you have anything coming out that you want to share with everybody, Ron?
I don't really have a video. I don't think ready to come out. I put a Randy would be proud of me. I put a FPV video out with the Vada 2 a couple days ago or the weekend, but I got nothing else coming up probably this week.
I'll have to go check that out.
What about you, Randy? Do you have anything coming out you want to share?
No, not at the moment. I've been doing a lot of 3D printing lately, so I haven't had time to get out and fly, but I'll have something within the next couple weeks.
Well, that's very cool. Oh, you've been putting some shorts up. I've noticed.
Yeah, I've been trying to do
Okay.
shorts.
Yeah, because apparently they that's what they want sales now. Like I said,
Are
extra
you getting a
views
lot? Are
here.
you getting a lot of a good input from the shorts?
Well, extra
Yeah,
view, yeah,
yeah.
but extra views on YouTube live streams don't count, but extra views on shorts do count as views.
Oh,
It's kind of
good.
crazy. Anyway, hope to see everybody next week. Love you all, guys. Be back next week. Live long and prosper.